There is a certain kind of woman in the world. From the outside, she often looks like she has it all figured out. She moves with a curated confidence, speaks with unearned certainty, and operates from a playbook she believes she wrote herself. But beneath that surface is a quiet, relentless chaos. A life that, despite her efforts, never quite seems to work. Relationships that crumble. Opportunities that vanish. A lingering feeling of emptiness that no amount of external validation can ever truly fill. She is not evil. She is not malicious. She is, in the most tragic sense, unconscious. She is asleep at the wheel of her own life, and she's convinced she's on the right road. Today we are not here to judge her. We are here to understand her. Because in understanding these patterns, in recognizing the architecture of her self-sabotage, you achieve two profound things. You learn to see the warning signs before you get entangled in her storm, and more importantly, you conduct a ruthless audit of your own life to ensure you are not building the same flawed foundation. This is a map of the unconscious mind. Let's learn to read it. Sign 1. The addiction to external validation. The first and most telling sign is the confusion of attention for value. For the unconscious woman, her worth is not an internal metric. It is a fluctuating stock price determined by the opinions, likes, and glances of others. She is a mirror reflecting whatever light is shown upon her, but generating none of her own. She believes that to be seen is to be significant, so she curates a life for display. She manufactures drama to remain the protagonist in everyone's story. She adopts personas, the spiritual seeker, the busy professional, the victim, all in service of one desperate need to be told once again that she matters. But here is the profound truth she misses. Value attracts, attention seeks. A woman of genuine substance doesn't chase the spotlight. She becomes so engrossed in her own purpose, her own craft, her own growth, that the spotlight naturally swings her way. Her value is intrinsic. It is non-negotiable. It is not dependent on an audience. When you meet a woman who is a vacuum for validation, understand you are not looking at a person, you are looking at a void. And a void will always try to fill itself with whatever and whoever is nearest. Sign 2. The tyranny of impulse. The second sign is a life governed by the temporary relief of impulse, rather than the lasting power of discipline. The unconscious woman is at war with her future self. She sacrifices what she truly wants most for what she feels in the moment. That new bag feels better than financial security. That toxic text provides a quicker hit of dopamine than the slow, steady work of building self-respect. She mistakes the absence of rules for freedom. But this is not freedom. This is slavery. It is being chained to every passing whim, every fleeting emotion. The wise woman understands a paradoxical truth. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. It is saying no to 1,000 lesser things so you can say yes to the one thing that matters most, your future self. She knows that every time you choose discipline over impulse, you are not restricting yourself, you are architecting your liberation. The unconscious woman, by choosing the pleasure of the moment, is building her own prison, one impulsive brick at a time. Sign 3. The noise of certainty. Sign 3. She talks far more than she thinks. The unconscious woman mistakes the volume of her voice for the weight of her ideas. She speaks not to contribute, but to conquer. To fill silence, which she finds uncomfortable. To assert a dominance she doesn't truly feel. She interrupts, she overshares, she argues with a conviction that is inversely proportional to her actual knowledge. She believes that to speak is to be powerful. But the truly intelligent woman operates from a different principle. She understands that silence is the canvas upon which thought is painted. She listens not just to respond but to understand. She chooses her words with the precision of a surgeon because she knows words have power. She is comfortable in the quiet, because that is where real thinking occurs. The unconscious woman is a storm of noise. The wise woman is the deep, still ocean beneath it. One is dramatic and fleeting. the other is powerful and eternal. Sign 4 and 5. The blame game and the echo chamber. These next two signs are symbiotic. One fuels the other. First, she blames everyone else for her problems. In her narrative, she is forever the victim of a world that refuses to align with her greatness. Men are trash. The system is rigged. Friends are jealous. This is the ultimate act of self-betrayal. The refusal to accept accountability. Because accountability is the gateway to power. The moment you say, "This is my fault, this is my doing, this is my responsibility," you instantly seize the power to change it. The unconscious woman would rather be a powerless victim than a powerful architect. And to support this fragile identity, she builds an echo chamber of poor alliances. She surrounds herself with people who reflect her own dysfunction back at her. Gossips, enablers, fellow victims, people who will affirm her blame-shifting and celebrate her mediocrity. She fears those who would challenge her because a challenge would force her to confront the carefully constructed illusion of her own innocence. The wise woman does the opposite. She seeks out mentors and peers who hold a mirror to her blind spots. She cultivates a tribe that demands excellence, not offers excuses. She knows you cannot grow in the soil that allowed you to remain small. Sign 6. The circle of never again. And the final most heartbreaking sign. She never ever learns. She is a living example of the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. The same toxic relationships, the same financial mistakes, the same patterns of drama and chaos. History isn't a teacher for her, it's just a recurring nightmare. Why? Because learning requires humility. It requires the painful admission that your current map of the world is wrong. The unconscious woman would rather be right in her delusion than free in her truth. Wisdom, then, is not about how many times you've fallen. It's about your relationship to the fall. Do you lay there and blame the ground? Or do you study the ground, learn why you fell, and chart a new path? The wise woman falls, learns and integrates. The unconscious woman just falls. Again. So we have not been describing a monster. We have been describing a state of being, a state of unconsciousness. This is not a checklist for judging others. It is a mirror for judging ourselves. The most important question this video asks is not, do you know her? But in which of these mirrors do you see a reflection of yourself? The path to wisdom is not about outsmarting her. It is about awakening within yourself. It is about choosing accountability over blame, discipline over impulse, substance over spectacle, and evolution over repetition. Become conscious. Choose your circle wisely. Build your value from the inside out, and never ever stop learning from the fall. This is how you stop being a player in a game you never designed and start being the architect of your own destiny.